If there's one thing I love, it's me a Minute Maid fruit punch. So let me just. Yeah. 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 Hi, hello, welcome back, Bookers Besties, to another video. As you can see by today's title, we are doing a 24-hour readathon, which I've been planning to do one of these for a while. It's just, I started planning Bookmas, and I started pre-filming, so I felt like in a bit of a slump pre-filming that Bookmas video, and so I'm now back in the groove of reading, or I'm trying to get still back in the groove of reading. So this 24-hour readathon should help, hopefully. I feel like it will, but I'm also like a feral. I'm not like Emmy feral reading, but I am a feral reader when I can be. So let's talk about this egregiously large, like this ridiculously insane amount of books that I want to read during this 24-hour readathon, because this is a stack, which is pretty much my October TBR. And you may be wondering, how many books have you read for October TBR? One. That's it. So let's first talk about the books that I'm currently in the middle of that I'll be finishing. And then the beginning of this 24-hour readathon, with that being Twisted Games Twisted Games and These Infinite Threads, which I started in my continuing series vlog that I recently did, which you have already seen. It went up last week sometime. So yeah. So I'm enjoying this. This is a reread, so this is nothing new. I had previously read this book like a 4.5, so I'm already enjoying it, but I'm rereading it. I reread this, and I'm rereading, and I reread Twisted Love to give me motivation to read Twisted Hate, which I do have on hold on Libby. So whenever it comes in, I will be reading it, so that means I need to go ahead and finish this. I'm exactly 50% of the way through this book, okay? Look at the flop. So yeah, I am going to finish this. The other book that I am going to finish is These Infinite Threads by Tahereh Mafi. I am 55, 53, something in there, percent of the way through the book, 227 pages. This is sitting at a 3.5. If you watched the end of my last vlog, you will know that I am not enjoying this a lot. I was at the beginning. The beginning of this, I was ready to be like 5 stars. But now that I'm in like the thick of it, No, I'm sorry. So this will be probably going down on my series list, but it also depends on how the ending of this book goes, because this is pretty much taking place over like 18 or so hours. This has pretty much been like one full day almost of nothing. So we can get more into that in my review at the end of the month. But for the rest of the TBR is literally the rest of my October TBR. So with that being said, let's talk about it. We have Killer Instinct, which will be a really quick, easy read for me to do because the chapters in this are pretty short, but also I love these books. These are one of my favorite like mystery series I've read, which is like one of the only mystery really series I've ever read. But I digress. I'm really enjoying it. This is if Criminal Minds was YA, but also include a love triangle, I guess you could say. So then we have Wayward by Amelia Hart. This is on my fall TBR. I'm really excited about this. I actually recently saw a 5-star review about this, so hopefully I like it. Then we have Light from Uncommon Stars, which I'm unsure if this will get complete in this video because I do plan on listening to the audiobook while reading along with it, because I have never read the space opera, and I'm pretty sure this is a space opera. It's sci-fi, and I don't read sci-fi, so the audiobook will be coming in handy. So I don't know if I'll read this now in this vlog. Then we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. Another one that's on my fall TBR. Another one where I have the sequel on my shelf and I haven't even read the first book. I have a problem. I sure do. But I'm excited for this. Then we have Carval, which truly need to get to because I will be having a copy of Once Upon a Broken Heart here soon. So, yeah. We make bad decisions in this household. I say we, it's more so me. But I digress. And then we also have The Oleander Sword by Tasha Shuri, which is the second book in the Burning Kingdom series by her. I'm actually really excited for this. This is probably gonna be like the second or third book I start after I finish my 2 current reads. So we'll see. But here is the stack of books that we will be tackling in this video. Trying to sort through. I don't know which one of these we're all gonna get to, but we will see as we go along. So I'm probably gonna sit here and listen to the audiobook of Twisted Games while I eat and do something on my iPad. I'm starting this at 12:30. We're doing 12 hours today, 12 hours tomorrow, or along those lines, the same way Emmy does hers. So I'm excited. So I got a couple minutes because I'm starting at 12:30, so I do have a couple minutes to just sit here. So we're gonna do that, and I'll see you in 9 minutes when it's 12:30 and we can start this. see. I have read a lot. I probably should have edited you sooner. Probably like right after I finished Twisted Games, but I was just so into reading that I just continued to read. And I am 16 hours and 14 minutes left on the clock, which means I'm about 8 hours in. Still have like 4 hours more for the day, which is, and it's after like midnight. I'm fine with that. I'm usually up later than that anyways. I'll probably even read a bit off camera outside of this 24-hour readathon. Don't know quite what yet, but that will be a thing. But I did finish Twisted Games, like I mentioned. Okay, and as you saw when I marked it as finished on Goodreads, 4.5, really enjoyed it. It's a reread. I did a lot while doing this. I updated Notion. I did some Notion stuff. I reorganized my books. So on my bookshelf over there is a mix of books I read and my TBR. But on the TV stand over here, I ended up putting books that are on like my immediate TBR. So like the TBR for this 24-hour readathon is on there, and then my November TBR is also on there. So that's how that's going to be organized from now on until I run out of space, because I will eventually run out of space, because I have a problem. A real genuine problem. So yeah, after I did this, I ended up fixing myself a glass of hot chocolate and really enjoyed that. Like, I really enjoyed that. I went in the kitchen, took a little break, but I also picked up these Infinite Threads, and I'm actually like on the last like leg of this book. I am on page 347, and this book is only 402 pages long, so that's like 65 pages. If I'm doing my math correctly, it's somewhere around 60 to 65 pages, somewhere in there. I'm actually about to sit down and rate this. I am still very questionable about this book. I'm still sitting at 3.5, no matter how interesting it's gotten. I'm still like, this dragged a lot, and that's what's dragging the rating down. But I'm enjoying it. Like, a 3.5 isn't a bad rating. It's just, this is dragged. This is dragged, and that's what's kind of making me not want to read it, but I'm going to finish it. Now after this, I'm probably gonna take a little break from the series, since I read book 1 in September and I'm not reading book 2 in October. I probably won't even try and pick up book 3 till like either December or into next year, into January. So we'll see. But I am almost done with this. I'm actually about to watch some YouTube and finish this. I've been reading this while I rewatched the video that went up on Wednesday of last week. And so while I was editing that video, I started listening to Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Currently 117 pages in on chapter 16. Really enjoying this. I am listening to the audiobook on YouTube, which I hate to do, but it wasn't on Libby, so I just found it on YouTube. I didn't think it was going to be on YouTube when I was planning on physically reading this, but when I saw that it was on YouTube and I needed to edit my video, I resorted to this. And so while that's been editing and uploading, I've been listening to this, and as you can see, I'm 117 pages in. I'm really enjoying this. Is it gonna get finished tonight? I know that for sure it's not gonna get finished tonight, but it's at least going to be another like 25% through by the time tonight's over. Maybe, we'll see. If not, then I don't know. Because I do need to edit my November TBR video so that I can go up on time on Friday. So maybe while I'm editing that, this can get listened to. I don't know. But for sure, this is getting finished tonight. And then I'm either going to continue listening to this or start one of my other physical reads. Now, what I'm thinking of starting is Caraval, because that just seemed like a smarter choice, because I do have Once Upon a Broken Heart on its way to me, and so I really need to get a head start on reading that series. So I'm really thinking that that's the book I'm going to pick up next. I'm just not sure. My mind is in between Caraval and Belladonna, because both of those just sound like good fall vibes right now, especially Belladonna, because I know it's gothic, so like I'm up in the air. But we have book 1 finished, book 2 about to be finished, and book 3 started, so we're doing good so far. I truly believe I can finish like 4 books in this video. With 2 of them, I was already 50% into, and then like reading and finishing 2 other books. Maybe even a 5th book. We'll see. We'll see. So within the next like hour to like within the next like 45 minutes to an hour, I'm going to finish this book because I think I read about 40 or so, 40 to 50 pages an hour. Depends. I should probably time myself again. So I'm gonna read this and then see where we go. Finish this and see where we go from there. book 3. Okay, time to go back to the crappy book I started half asleep last night. Fun, juicy. Myself another thing of hot chocolate today. But instead of water like I used yesterday, I used oat milk because I'm lactose intolerant and milk will fuck me up real bad. So I made it with oat milk and it is the most delicious thing I've ever fucking tasted. I also have marshmallows. Oh, it's so good. So I'm actually about to leave the house for an emergency. I'm just waiting for my boyfriend to get here. So while we're waiting for my boyfriend to get here, we're gonna pause the timer for now since this is kind of big. It's not even kind of big, this is big. So I'm pausing the timer. I'll start it again tonight whenever we get home and things have settled down and when I start reading again. And then whenever I don't finish, I will just finish tomorrow. But I have quite the updates for you. I did end up finishing these Infinite Threads last night by Tahereh Mafi. I did end up selecting a rating of a 3.5. Strictly for the fact that I feel like this book dragged on a bit and we didn't get anything interesting until about 60% of the way through this book, and that's when it really caught my attention. And so for me to not really enjoy a lot of this book, I was, like, no, this can't be a 4-star. But I'm also debating if I want to bump it up to a 3.75, but I'm not quite sure of that. My heart is kind of settling at 3.5, but my head is not. So we'll see if my rating changes before my wrap up that I do probably like the beginning of the month. But also my physical copy of it arrived today in the mail, which you saw me unboxing earlier. Absolutely stunning. Love to see her. Love to see this and This Woman Kingdom sitting on my shelf together because they're so contrasting. But besides that, I also finished Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the second book in the Natural series today, a little bit earlier, a couple hours ago really. And I really enjoyed it. 4.5, my favorite out of the two I read. All In is already on my TBR, like mental TBR, things I want to get to before the end of the year / soon. Strictly for the fact that I just reread this and I can move on and enjoy book 3 because book 3 is going to get very, very interesting. And then after that, last night when my boyfriend started falling asleep and after I finished these Infinite Threads, I started to read a book on my iPad, which is called The Blood That Binds Us by S.L. Coakley. I am 46% of the way through with it, and listen, it's a book. It's a book. Other than that, I have like nothing nice to say. It's not that I don't have anything nice to say. It's just I'm not enjoying it. It feels Wattpad-y, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm still a Wattpad girl to this day. I still enjoy a good Wattpad story. I'm currently reading one. But this just, I don't know. I don't like it that much. It's sitting at like a 2.5 star right now. And I don't think it could go up any unless something drastic changes. I'm not liking this book, but I'm going to read it. I'm going to see it out. I'm enjoying it enough to keep going. Like, this is not me hate reading it. I do know how DNF. I have DNF previously before, and like I'll solve DNF and come back to it later, and I've heard DNF books. But this doesn't feel like a DNF. It just feels like it's dragging, and I don't know. I don't really like our main character, Kimberly. I don't like our other main character, Aaron. Zach and Luke are cool. They're mysterious, and I like the cool mysterious type, but they're just like the mysterious in a way that doesn't make any sense to my brain because our MMC knows nothing, so that means that we know it's No. So yeah, I'm gonna go because he should be here within the next like 2 or 3 minutes. So we're gonna go do what we need to do to figure this out before I actually panic. I sobbed for a little bit, so we're gonna live. We're gonna try to live. But I did finish these two books, so we have books 2 and 3 finished for this readathon. Like I said, if I can finish 4 books, maybe even get a fifth started, I'd love to. Honestly, I think I'm on my way there because, like I said, I'm in the middle of, I'm 46% of the way through with this book that binds us, and so it only took me a couple hours to finish that because I'm already, what page am I on to be exact? I'm 176 pages in. I have 200 pages left, so that only took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. So, yeah. Yeah, let's go handle this emergency relief. Like, however we can handle it. guys, how we doing? We're officially at the end of this 24-hour readathon, and we read quite a lot. Okay, quite the stack here. Plus the one book that I have on my iPad that I read, which wasn't even on the TBR for this video, but I digress. I digress. So with that being said, let's get into it. So, the first book we finished in this video was Twisted Games, which I was 50% of the way through it, and I ended up finishing this 4.5 stars. This is a mixed bag, to be honest, of like ratings we have here. Because let me tell you, some of these don't have some good ratings, but 4.5, it is a reread, so I was expecting a high rating. Now the next book in the series, I'm going into expecting the worst of the worst. So we'll see how that one turns out. But I'm going to enjoy this reread, especially listen to the audiobook of it this time. Reese and Bridget have a special place in my little heart abode, okay? I love them, no matter what. The next book that I was also 50% of the way through with that I finished in this video was These Infinite Threads by Tahar Mafi, which is the second book in the This Fallen Kingdom series. I ended up rating this one 3.5 because I just felt like this dragged for like a good majority of this book, where I was like, what is going to happen? There's nothing happening. All I'm getting is a bunch of info dumping at one time, and I'm not enjoying that. Why? I'm probably going to feel as if books 2 and 3 could have been compressed into one book and taken out a lot of things to make it better. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. So I'm probably going to take a little break and like wait to read the third book until like December or January. I don't know. I just know that this one left me feeling iffy on the series itself. And I may even wait till next year to see how reviews for book 5 go, to see if it's worth my time to continue. But at this moment in time, I'm not going to continue on with it until a couple months because I need a break. I just need a break from this world. Like I said, 3.5, this felt like it dragged. And I mean, book 1 dragged a little bit in the beginning, but then it picked up and I was interested. This just felt like it dragged the whole book, and I just wasn't into that. The next book that we picked up after that was Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I also listened to the audiobook of this because it was also a reread. So I listened to the audiobook of this. Had a really fun time with it, actually. I love these characters. Dean, Cassie, Michael, Lee, and Sloan. They all grow on me, okay? Now, book 1, obviously, 4 stars. This one's a 4.5. I really enjoyed it, especially because we know who Cassie picks in her little love triangle in this by the end of this book. And I'm like, yeah, you made the right choice. I didn't think I could ever be invested in 17-year-olds' love lives, but here I am. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed this. I advertise this, everybody advertises this as Criminal Minds, but make it YA, and that's literally what it is. I'm excited for book 3. It is on my TBR shelf over there. I do plan on getting a TBR for it, but that's... I just dropped this in my food. I'm gonna set that aside for now. But I did really enjoy my reread of this. The next book I read I don't actually own, and that is This Blood That Binds Us by S.L. Cookley. That was on, I believe, my September TBR. And I decided to read it while I was going to sleep the first night, and I ended up finishing it yesterday. I liked it to a certain extent, but I did not love it. Nowhere near love, actually. I think I read this purely for entertainment. Nothing else. In that book, you were following Kimberly, who ends up getting I think it's literally chapter 1, ends up getting attacked by a vampire. And so she's like, wow, I got attacked by a vampire, but nobody believes that she was attacked. And so she decides to kind of look into it herself when she realizes that the vampire that attacked her goes to her school. This is supposed to be like a new adult college series. These characters read as if they were in a high school Wattpad story. And that's not me bashing the book, because I love a good Wattpad story, okay? I still read Wattpad and AO3 till this day. But this just felt too Wattpad-y. And I truly did not like our characters. I did not like Kimberly. I did not like Aaron. Zach and Luke were okay. Presley was okay. William's annoying. I just did not like this book. I mean, okay, I can say I didn't like it, or else I would have DNF'd it, and I did not. But it was a 2.5, 2.75, somewhere in there. I digress. I will be reading book 2, but if I don't enjoy it, like if I don't read it, like if I'm not vibing with it the way I was vibing with this one, then I'm just gonna DNF the series and call it that, because truly this is a no thoughts type of read. Like, you don't need any brain power to read this book. So do with that what you will. And then the last book that we read in this 24 hours, or the last book we started, was Belladonna by Alan Grace. I am 142 pages into this, and I am enjoying it so very much. I did not know how I was going to feel about this book when I picked it up. I did try and read this a couple months ago when I was trying to get out of my slump, but put it down because it was a little too much at the time. But now that I'm actually like in the thick of it and I'm reading it, I'm actually really enjoying this, and I can see this series becoming a favorite of mine. I've never read a gothic book, and this is definitely like a gothic fantasy story, and I am absolutely loving it. It's good. I can see this being like a 4.5 star read for me. You were following Signa Farrow, who for the longest time, pretty much death has followed her around. Anytime someone takes her in, she's an orphan. Anytime someone takes her in, they end up, and so one of the last times it happens, she ends up going to this family called the Hawthorne family, I think it is, which is an eccentric family living at the Thorn Grove. It's the lady of the house, the wife of the house, has recently passed away, and so there's a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of a romance coming in this. I can feel it, and I'm enjoying it so far. So I'll let you know. I'm probably only finishing before the end of the month, so you will probably see this at my October wrap up, and I'll let you know my full-fledged thoughts on this. But that is all we read in this 24-hour readathon. Definitely the next one I do in November, I'm going to make sure I start on a clean slate so we can actually get a good, precise read on how much I read, because I read 50% of this, another 50% of this, 100% of this, 100% of another book, and then 142 pages of another book. So I'd say I did pretty good. That's 4 books, 5 we include the start of Belladonna. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I think this is coming out very early in November. I don't remember how early into November, but it's coming out sometime in November. I'm going to try and get it up before my October wrap up. If not, then I don't know when it's going up. Especially because my plans are getting a little bit derailed because Cassidy made her Romantasy bingo, so I need to film my TBR for that and get that out to you guys soon, but I digress. So I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, or whatever part of the world you are having it in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I am on to edit this video and then get the intro for another video filmed, so I can start filming that either today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, if I'm being honest. So with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Down below will be my Goodreads and my Instagram and my Fable, so go follow those if you would like, and I'll see you guys in my next one.